Hello out there. Good morning. Welcome to the Heavy Montez Morning Show. Now, in America, you know what's worse than living in America illegally? It is raping kids and covering it up, for people who rape kids. Now, we all know, and we can say that Donald Trump's a freaking rapist. And we can say that Donald Trump, okay, in our opinions, okay, we got to make opinions about these things. We have to have judgment and realize when we see a criminal and a rapist and a pedophile and a Russian spy. Now, when he had those documents, you see, America, Donald Trump's a traitor. Donald Trump should be in jail. Donald Trump is guilty of treason just for hanging out with the Russian president and abandoning NATO and Ukraine. Huh? America didn't abandon you, Europe. It was the Republican Party and Donald Trump. Huh? And they're all over the world. They're in London. They're all over the place, these right wing nuts trying to push this white supremacy, and they are a minority of people endangering the whole entire white race. Because of China and every country of color, Africans say white people can't travel to our country, huh? You really will be alone. And that can happen. And they're not going to say white people. They're going to say white Americans. Huh? America is the enemy of the world. You understand? And death and destruction is coming to your neighborhood. Huh? And you better have somebody there who can defend the nation, the Democratic Party. Because Donald Trump will tell the Republicans, come on in. Let's make a deal. How much money are we going to make to take over California? Because they're traitors, the Republican Party, and the enemy of the state, and you can't vote for them. They abandoned your nation, okay? And they gave you, look at those people in the Republican Party. Look at all of them, the senators and all those representatives. They are the enemy of God and the enemy of the state. The Republican Party, because they give Donald Trump everything, they are Donald Trump. They are rapists. They are pedophiles. You understand? They are treacherous Russian spies, the whole entire Republican Party, because they let Ukraine burn, and the Republican Party, along with their convict leader, murdered one of our citizens. Murdered, they said 70 people so far. Okay? Now, when Donald Trump had these records in his doggone bathroom, there was a huge spike in murder and capture, okay, of our agents, while he was harboring those documents. Donald Trump, and he's got his guy in charge of the CIA now, his people, America, Donald Trump is a Russian spy, in my opinion. You see, Donald Trump is working for Vladimir Putin to destroy America, and at the same time, you're raping our children, okay? In my opinion. You see what I'm trying to tell you? So if you're hanging around with those Republicans, you religious people, the one who told me that you were trying to protect the life of the newborn, that's why you sold your freaking country out. You understand? And control a woman's body and have you women die, you 57% nasty, stink-ass, maggot white women. Because see, that white ideology, those white women, they're not white. It's the ideology, I told you. You see what I'm saying? The ideology says, okay, that we must do these things because we're white. You know what I'm trying to say? We're God people. At the same time, men are figuring out ways to have sex with them and rip them 2 or 3 at a time. Like in the Mormon church. Remember the LDS? You understand when they first started that? We had to pass a law. They were screwing 12-year-old girls in the Mormon church and probably still fucking doing it right now. We don't know. I'm talking about these LDS guys. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Joker in jail for ripping children. That's Donald Trump. The guy who they got in prison right now, that's him. They're all together. You know what I'm trying to tell you? What's his name? Warren Jeff. Understand his name? A pedophile, the head of the LDS church. He in prison right now. He's still running the church. You understand? You see, so because these so-called white men who aren't white, just the ideology, rape women. They're in the Republican Party. They're your governor. They're your representative. In the opinion of Heavy Montez, because if they weren't rapists, they wouldn't vote for Donald Trump. And at minimum, they're pedophile supporters. Now, somebody said, and I'm going to repeat it, they said they hope that Donald Trump just fucking die. They hope the motherfucker will just have a massive coronary and the devil choke the son of a bitch half to death and drag that nasty, low down, dirty fucking rapist pig straight to hell. And this is what the person said. They sent it to Heavy. Because my subscribers know I like to have good information on a rapist, low down pig and a no good traitorous Republican Party. So they send me stuff. They said to me, and I'm going to read it to the people this morning, and if you can, pass it on. He said that he just hoped the motherfucker just dropped dead. You know what I'm saying? And he said that the devil will get him sooner or later. And we don't want anybody to hurt him because you don't want to go to jail for killing a sorry motherfucker like that. Let let life take its course. Let that miserable motherfucker live as long as he can because he's a scared son of a bitch. He's afraid. He know he's going to fucking hell. You know what I'm saying? All you motherfuckers going right along with him. And he going to try to take us, so we got to get control of him. You know, he'll try to kill us. Everybody in America and take us with us and laugh. Because that's what a fanatic that son of a bitch is. And my friends told me what he was. He said that Donald Trump, you're a misogynistic, a word that I just seen. Said that he's vile. He's an egomaniac that rapes women and children. You understand? Said that you work with your foreign adversaries. You know, we said the word is your foreign adversaries, excuse me, like Donald Trump to destroy people. You understand? Now they said something that is very true. They said that Donald Trump is an incompetent, scared little boy that needs to trample others to feel like a man. Said that he's a bigot, a racist, and he hates people. Everyone is counting on the days, you understand, until we can dance on his motherfucking grave. You understand? And we're going to take decades to clean up his filth. You understand? And cleaning up his filth, the guy is saying is not voting for a Republican Party. Now, this murderer, an agent of Donald Trump, who shot and killed one of our citizens, okay, his wife, they say, is an immigrant. He had to run out of his house and run. He's a fugitive and a vagabond because the Bible says this. Huh? You know, when you murder somebody, you'll become a fugitive and a vagabond, just like Donald Trump. Look at him. No matter how much they dress him up, he looked like a pig. He was sitting down, he had cufflinks on, and you look at him, you said, that's a pig. Okay? You understand? Dressed and ready for dinner. The devil gonna get his ass. Don't worry about him. Don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. Don't be marching in the street. Don't be rioting and shit. Let ICE walk the streets alone. You understand? People, I want all the protesters, when you have a protest, do not, under any circumstance, commit violence. Okay? Because it will kill you. Your white skin ain't got nothing for you. They will shoot you down in the street. White people. Jonathan Ross, the Minneapolis agent who shot Renee Good, married an agent, okay? A Filipina, they say, and brought her over from the Philippines where she became a citizen in 2012. I want you to deport that bitch. And also, she's now petitioning her to bring her family over here. You understand? You see? Huh? You see what I'm trying to tell you? This is what it's good for them to bring. Donald Trump can marry an immigrant. They said who used to be a sex worker. Heavy month they say, and in my opinion, we just call it the way it is around here. People are saying that she probably was a fucking whore. Okay, I don't know how true that is. Okay, say that she was pass around pussy. I don't understand what they're saying. They're saying that he grabs pussy and she sells pussy. I don't know how true it is in America, but Heavy will tell because the Republicans, they're filthy. You understand? They lie. We tell the truth around here on what we hear. Now, we heard that she's a whore, was a whore. You understand? A fake model, a hoax. They say that Donald Trump is a dang Russian spy. And I believe that shit. Okay? And we are in trouble. And I believe the Republican Party are traitors. Understand? At a minimum, pedophile protectors. Now, a genuine question. This guy, what authority did ICE have to stop Renee Good? They're not police. They're not. Huh? They didn't suspect her of being an immigrant. Huh? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. You see? And so the states should be able to arrest them. They have no authority. Be a man. Send your National Guard out and take those 2,000 people and get rid of them. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Tell them you got to let the sun down to get the fuck out of our state. You understand what I'm saying? He gonna send his army down there to kill Americans? Donald Trump? Call his bluff. Send your fucking army down there. Huh? Go ahead. Let's see what happens to you, Donald Trump. Huh? You got a private army, but you're using our fucking money. And as soon as the Democrats take over, defund ICE. Huh? And call those ICE people in front of the Congress, the guy who runs ICE, and let the Americans see who the pigs are. Huh? I don't think the American people will approve of that. Because we'll be able to have hearings in the public and it won't be secret no more. We'll be able to know what's going on. Now, these guys are conservatives, clowns, liars and pigs, and murderers. You understand? Now, the pot of keg has been lit, somebody said. Trump hired a pedophile Führer, they say. Christine Knowles, they say. Her only qualification is to head Trump's ICE Gestapo. She's a sadistic pig, they say. Huh? And she blew up the brains of puppies. You understand? So we have a bunch of the worst of the worst. Now, Stephen Miller, a Nazi sympathizer. That motherfucker, where you gonna go, Stephen Miller? Because you can't live in our fucking country. Get the fuck out of our country. You understand? Because you're a fugitive and you're a fucking vagabond. Huh? You're cursed by God, not by me. Because I wouldn't hurt you. I'll look at you and say, who the fuck is this guy? A racist pig. Stephen Miller looks like Goebbels without the hair. A reincarnation. And his cousin said this. When I called out my cousin for being the face of evil, I did not stutter. Renee Nicole good death is on his hands. I'm just glad that our grandparents are no longer here to see this despicable human being. You understand? They murdered one of our citizens. And they sent J.D. Vance out there. J.D. Vance, you better not ever become president of the United States. Your goddamn approval rating is zero and the people will riot because you're a shit. And all the truth coming out. See, right now, the truth is not out there about who these people are because they're controlling the press. See? As soon as the Democrats take over and we can, tell you who to talk to. ABC, CBS, and they're fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust none of that press no more. We have a new press. We will have a press to tell the truth, and we will come up with rules and say that Fox News cannot exist as news. They need to put a disclaimer after what they did to this country. Huh? A disclaimer. And everybody who, for Fox News, you shouldn't be living here. You need to move. You need to get the fuck out. Huh? You should not enjoy one fucking day of freedom, Sean Hannity. You should not enjoy one day of freedom, Laura Ingraham. Huh? Gutfield, and all of you traitorous bastards that protect a pedophile and a rapist because you're the worst scum pieces of shit in the world, Fox News, and you follow Rudolph, that goddamn fucking South African. You understand? South Africans hate black people. You understand? So I tell you what, if you work for the son of a bitch, Rupert Murdoch and that nasty ass family, you don't belong in our fucking country, Rupert Murdoch. Get the fuck out of our country and go back to South Africa and take Fox News with you. The Australian president said that you are a dog, low-down scum piece of shit. You dirty motherfucker. And you're old now. And your ass gonna die. And we will see you in hell. And the funeral we have for you, motherfucker, will mark your grave and stomp on your grave. You son of a bitch. Fox News. And Donald Trump. You understand. And J.D. Vance right along with the motherfuckers. Now, we want to hold these people up as symbols. We need to put a statue of Donald Trump up on every street and tell every child that's the rapist. That's what he looks like. You understand? Put up a big banner for the Republican Party. They supported this rapist that raped children and told you to go to church and that you were religious when they are the devil themselves. You understand? Now, AOC said something about J.D. Vance, a dog, you understand, a piece of shit. The vice president, he gets out, he ain't no vice president, he ain't my vice president, maybe yours, huh? Because he said they hate Democrats, you understand? I don't like J.D. Vance, and I don't like Donald Trump, and I don't like nothing about a racist Republican Party. Now, AOC says, I understand that Vice President Vance believed that the shooting of a young mother of three in the face 3 times is an acceptable thing that Americans should talk about. He wants to accept. He wants to live in this country like this. This is a fundamental difference between Vice President Vance and me. I do not believe that the American people should be assassinated on the streets of America by a private army of a traitor, a treasonous bastard like Donald Trump. You understand? Huh? Do you understand, America? Now, every single Republican, listen very closely, every single Republican voted, okay, not to subpoena any information on the ICE killing. We all saw him kill this woman. We all saw them tap the Capitol. We all saw them kill policemen. We all see them do all this stuff. We all saw Trump did all the stuff that he did, and they're telling us it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Donald Trump's not a traitor. He didn't rape any children. He's not married to a whore. You understand? He's a great man. You understand what I'm saying? He's Jesus. Do you believe that shit? Do you believe it? Before I leave America, I'm going to say, never, ever vote for a Republican. This is Heavy Monte for the Heavy Monte podcast and the Heavy Monte comedy show. Saying the Republicans are racist, rapists. They are treasonous, anti-Christian, anti-American, and tools of Vladimir Putin. Never, ever vote for them again. And please subscribe to the Heavy Monte YouTube channel. The end is there for a criminal Republican Party. Now, I heard this from a great friend of mine. He said that Satan is sharpening up his eating instruments. Said they're going to barbecue that pig in hell. Have a great day, America. And we look forward to that motherfucker, kicking. You understand? Naturally. Don't hurt him. Keep him alive. And then when he does die, let's put a big statue up to show the world what America is not. And America is not the Republican Party. Have a great day. And please subscribe to the Heavy Monte YouTube channel.